Hey guys, Kaiju here. Today I thought I would do a Kaiju review, while I also have a little guest in my room. Hopefully she won't interrupt the filming too badly, as I already tried to do this review once, and due to her constant meowing, it was a little bit hard to cope with it. Cope. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, let's get into the review, which is, as you saw the title for, Anguirus, specifically the Final Wars variant. Now, before I hop into detail, articulation, and all that fun jazz, I want to mention that I don't exactly know which Anguirus this is. I'll probably put it in the title after I look up a little bit and find out. I do know that there's at least two specific iterations of it out there, one with paint that looks very similar to this, and another one that looks kind of similar but is much noticeably lighter and more yellow. I don't like that iteration as much, so I'm going to go with this one. So let's hop into detail. Bringing the figure up close, we can see that this figure is stacked with it. There's a lot of things to detail on the figure, like the back and the face and the neck, and of course the underside. And I'm very, very glad that Bandai decided to detail all of it so well. The paint is also very good, as it's down to the tip of his tail, very literally, up to the top of his nose, also very literally. Even inside of his mouth, his tongue is painted, although his roof is not, which is a little bit surprising considering Bandai usually does that, but oh well. Even his little spikes on the side of his legs here are painted, so that's very nice as well. Overall, very, very nice paint job from this figure, and definitely a solid 10 out of 10 when it comes to the detail. Now, articulation on this figure is fairly simple. He does have 5 points. His legs can move, all of them, although they can move 360. These are the only ones that really do it the best, because these ones up here kind of go against these large spikes. But yeah, all 4 of his legs can move, and this one's probably not that surprising. His head can also move. So yeah, very, very nice when it comes to articulation. Some might say that the tail should be articulated, but personally, I don't think it could have been because of the way the joint is formed. Of course, Bandai could have maybe worked something in there, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it. So of course, moving him to the side, we transition from articulation to sizing. First, I'll pull out a figure that I haven't pulled out in a hot minute now. A much too tall Tyrant. After adjusting the camera a little bit and the figures to a degree, I think we're ready to continue. Tyrant here looks pretty good next to Anguirus, although I do think personally this figure could be a little bit taller. Tyrant is a pretty big monster overall. Now, as to why these two would ever fight, I have no idea. However, will you maybe see it soon? Possibly. I do have one Final Wars figure on hand with me, which is the Final Wars Playmates Gigan, which barely fits in frame. And while these two never fought, I do think that the Anguirus personally could be a little bit larger to go against him. But again, they never did really face off, so it's up to the best guess of things. Similar to Tyrant, here's another figure that I have not pulled out in a hot minute for size comparisons, which is Neosaurus. Again, I don't know why these two would ever fight, however, they look pretty good next to each other, actually. For a coral monster and a large Ankylosaurus with a dog-ear looking face, I do think that these guys look pretty nice next to each other. So, after being put next to 3 figures, how do I think that the figure is overall? Very, very nice. I did not have an Anguirus figure beforehand, so I am personally very glad that I got this guy last July. So overall, it's a very, very good figure. And for my favorite suit of Anguirus, this one definitely holds up, I think. Next time, I think we're going to be dealing with another Godzilla friend, although this one is much, much more obscure. However, almost did get a film with this guy, so that's cool. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.